book pack. Great event we had yesterday for a breathwork session with Beyond the Blue, OPP. I think there was about 20 people that actually were physically at the location, and then I'm guessing another 20-ish online through Zoom. They're having audio technical difficulties, but we didn't have internet for the first early half of the afternoon, but it worked out. Internet came back, all that stuff, so whatever. Growing pains. But a lot of breakthroughs, a lot of people first time doing it, and they thought it was hocus pocus, as one person would say it, and then realized that there's more to it. So it was really good. When I first did it, I thought it was woo-woo and hocus pocus too, but I mean, it works, right? It's just like, surprisingly, it's just like, you wouldn't think how effective it was, because you think it's just breathing. Like, how is this supposed to, make me feel good or reflect, self-reflection, all that stuff? But it kind of, everyone's so focused on what other people think and things like that. It's just like, you're not giving yourself time to, what do I think about me and where I am in my life and things like that. I think it's extremely important, because it's like, if you're not 100%, how is everyone around you supposed to be? Or if someone out in your circle is not 100%, and you develop them to get them to as close to 100% as you can, you only grow together, and you just keep surrounding yourself with those people with a positive mindset. I think is key. I'm starting to see more and more that this is what the breathwork does. It's just like, we're all going through issues. We've all had trauma in our life, more than others, obviously. Like my trauma, dad leaving me when I was young, growing up in a violent neighborhood, going overseas in Afghanistan, being an officer, all that stuff. There's a lot of trauma that I'm subjected to, but in comparison to other people who've had it way worse than me. And then on top of that, we join the military or whatever, right? And just like they keep going through it. It's just like, and I think it comes down to perspective on how they view it. I just finished watching a video on villains and heroes, in comic books or movies, and it's just like, they've all had this abandonment or orphaned, I guess, history or past, and it's just like they all come from the same issues. Like, they all have been, had some sort of trauma, right? But it's how they perceive it, Some, like, they basically disclose how the villain had whatever trauma. He's like, you know what? I've had this happen to me. Now I'm gonna do it to the world. The hero is like, I've had this happen to me. I want to make sure this doesn't happen to anyone else. So I mean, that's why, I mean, with the dual lobos, right? The two wolves, right? It's just that, that infamous story between two wolves, right? I mean, it's so key, because you can be upset, depressed, angry, happy, whatever, issues going through. But if you keep feeding that one wolf, that'll grow, right? That'll win that fight between the two that's fighting inside you, right? It's such a key way of looking at life, right? Like, there's some things you control, some things you can't. And then, like, just being stoic is just like, it's not the ability to have any emotion, but it's just like, there's some things you just can't control, right? So you have to kind of like, okay, that's life. You have to just kind of move on. The things that you can't control, obviously make change, right? So you can't control your height, right? But you can control your weight, right? Some people would make excuses on, oh, well, I have a health issue with this, that, and the other. Okay, well, that might just mean you have to either change your diet, change your method, or do more what you have to do than the average person, which is fine. Because when you've accomplished all that, you look back and like, wow, I just had to work harder, and look, I've become a better person because of it. And it's just like, there's there's also another quote that everyone wants, the knight in shining armor. Like, shining armor is nice, but that shining armor means that his armor has never been tested. I'd rather hang out with a knight whose armor has been tested and learn from that knight. You know what I mean? And as opposed to one who's just looks good and never been tested. I want to be around those people. Like, that crab mentality is so dangerous, and I can easily cut people off like that. Like, if I get a good vibe from you, we can gel, great. If I don't, if I get negative Nancy or Debbie Downers, like all that, like no thanks, man. I try to stay away from those people. I had a friend of mine who went to the bar the other day, and he was a bit intoxicated, but him being intoxicated, he was venting out a lot of the true stuff that was bothering him and things that he was reflecting on. And he says a lot of my Instagram posts like motivate him, and just wants to get better and things like that. And obviously it feels great to hear that. I mean, I make a lot of posts more of a self-reflection. It's like, okay, try to keep on this mindset, keep on this path, and just be positive and things like that. And I'm trying to spread out that same positive energy to the universe. And I'm not trying to do it. I'm not trying to be selfish and hoping I get all this credit. I don't want any credit. I don't want you're doing good. That's what I want you to be, right? I want nothing out of it. I just want to be surrounded by positive people. And I'm getting a lot more people who are messaging me saying, just keep them coming, essentially, right? And feels good, obviously. But yesterday's breathwork session, we went to Mount Alberno, I believe it's the name. The people, it was in Caledon, the people were amazing. The staff, they went above and beyond, just great people. Extremely helpful, and just what do you need and we'll make things work kind of thing was amazing. We had a lot of people, first timers doing it, and some of them kept the comments to themselves in regards to what they felt, but you can see they had an emotional reaction, which is fine. They want to keep it themselves, and that's completely, keep it private, that's fine, no worries. But I just hope they self-reflect. I'm like, okay, this is what I had gone through, or this is what I am going through, and I just hope they kind of start fixing that issue, or start reflecting and building themselves up and growing as a better person. There's one female, just Amanda, I'll leave it at that, and she went in this, and I thought it was this cult kind of thing. And I get it. Thank you, Chris, for bringing her, obviously, and she had a great emotional breakthrough, but which was really good to hear. And also, I've had a couple of people ask me why do this, vlog or whatever, driving podcast, whatever it's gonna be called. I just see it as, like my family tree down the line. My grandkids will see this and like, oh, this is, Jose, this is your great-great-grandfather, and then this is what he thought of life, etc. This would be cool, right? Like, having them look back and like, oh, this is, my great-grandfather or whatever. So I thought it'd be pretty cool for this to kind of get to know me, I guess. But I know I'm kind of going everywhere, all over the place. I got so much on my mind, which is why I'm always reflecting when I'm driving, and what can I do to make things better. It's just, I know, my brain is going a mile a minute, which is why I love jiu-jitsu. Another thing I'm discussing, but back to the breathwork session. Just it was really great. Jermaine did a great job. He said he was nervous. Didn't seem like it. Myself and Harry were supporting him and just kind of helping with those who were physically there. And then Jermaine was focusing on people there, but also the ones online. I had people message me afterwards and who did the Zoom, and they said they had nothing but good things to say. They felt relaxed and they felt really good. So I messaged them and said, yeah, if and when time comes, I'll go. I can do it in person, kind of thing, and get them to have even a better experience. It was really good to see. Hopefully this snowballs into something more and more, get more and more people involved. Because I guess in our line of work, a lot of people don't want. Sounds really low. They don't want to act like they or seem like they want help, which is fine. I get it. The sense of independence. I'm the same way. But I just hope that they want to do more and more sessions and they talk more about it so that they can start the snowball effect and help us with basically getting this to the front lines and different services and things like that. I think a lot of people need to look inside themselves and look in the person in the mirror and basically self-reflect and say, is everything okay? They have to stop looking at what other people are seeing or thinking of themselves. And who cares? Like, they need to they don't pay your bills. We're all social butterflies, obviously. We all need some sort of tribe. Find that tribe that reflects who you want to be and just grow as a person, as a tribe, right? Become stronger, right? That's, I think, ideally what you want to do. I had the person who was intoxicated, Chris is his name, was asking, he wants, he's going to the cottage for his parents' cottage for the whole summer and just kind of self-reflect, and he wants to become a better person, which is great. I just told him, I was like, he wants to do the breathwork session as well, which is great. If we do it at the cottage, kind of great nature environment, which is awesome. I was telling him that I'm going to be blunt to the point. I was like, and if I didn't care, I wouldn't be blunt to the point. So it's more of, I'm doing this for you. And if the truth bothers you, that's something that you have to reflect. Realize, is it me just being an asshole, or is it me just caring about you, wanting you to become a better person? So, we'll see what happens down the road for that, right? I just think it's important for him, not only him, but everyone. Just sometimes you don't have to be surrounded by people, because you can be surrounded by people and still feel lonely, right? But I think those people who are fine being alone feel content and feel like they're surrounded by loved ones, right? Which is themselves. And if you don't love yourself, how are you supposed to love others? So I think that's what's definitely needed in today's world, with mental health on the rise. Just take these drugs and feel numb. That's the band-aid solution, right? Because once you sober up from those drugs, then you're back to taking more drugs. It's like you're not fixing the root cause. It's a band-aid solution, right? So I think you need a lot of self-reflection. I think that's the biggest key. But I just, ever since I heard the story of the two wolves, it's like it hit me like a ton ton of bricks. It's 100% correct, because you see people who are constantly negative, and you can sense that how manipulative they are, and just they want that pity, self-pity. It's just like, ugh, it's gross. I don't want any of that. We butt heads a lot because it's like, they want this self-pity, and I'm calling them out on their stuff, and they don't like that. It's like, yeah, that's fine. I'll help you find whatever path you're on and it'll become better, but I'm on a different life path. There's even family members that butt heads with, and so that's fine. Like, I'm content, and I can see that, they're not happy. They say they are, okay, and I hope I'm wrong and they actually are happy, right? But I just don't see it. I just hope that this breathwork thing grows and develops, and more people get into it. Not just first responders. Obviously, we need it most. I ended up getting more beats, and it's just like you hear about the thin blue line and stuff like that. So it's policing, the paramedics, dispatchers, supposed to be gold. I know it's hard to see. Firefighters, military, right? And it's just like they need it the most, right? The amount of we constantly deal with people on their worst case scenarios, the worst days of their lives, right? Not to mention people lie to us. Just we're always surrounded by negativity, right? So I got the double onyx because we deal with at least twice as much negativity in comparison to everyone else, the average person, right? So I hope this snowballs, and I'm not looking to get famous or rich, or I don't want none of that. I want peace. I want peace in the world. I just want people to wake up and realize all the materialistic things, it's nothing, means nothing. If infamous person, I really like him, Andrew Tate. He says a lot of things that are like bang on. Like if you're a nerd or a simp or someone who's just angry growing up and then you become wealthy, that wealth amplifies who you are. Like I've met a lot of people who are super wealthy and like awesome people. You always hear these stories like capitalists are greedy and assholes and this, that, and the other. But it's like I've met them. I don't doubt there's assholes or wealthy assholes, no doubt. But the ones I've met, like just super awesome, generous. They just want to help people, and you can see they just want to surround themselves with positive people, and they just work hard and they just don't have time for BS. Which is, if you call that an asshole, that's fine. He's there. They just know what they want, and if you're in their way, they either shove you off because you're in the direct, you're just blocking their path, and they just don't have time for you, or they just don't want to deal with you because you're gonna mess up their mojo, right? Their motivation. They don't want to deal with that because they probably had people in their past who are in the same limelight or the same lifestyle, and they just don't have time for that. So they just stay away from people like that. I don't blame them. I just see that, like it does. You see people who are, have a hard time getting girls or things like that. They have this money and they're like, oh, the women don't want me. They just want my money. I'm like, yeah, because you want to chase women. If you chase excellence, like Rich Cooper said, to chase excellence, don't chase women. Women will just come to you. If you build it, they will come, right? I think that's the biggest key, right? Just build yourself, become better. And that goes for women too, not just men, right? Because if you build yourself to become a better woman, better female, and if you have a lot of that masculine energy, that's not good. Some masculine energy is fine, I get it, but a lot of it is no bueno. that's not good. And like, they say that women who have a lot of masculine energy have become the man that they've wanted, right? So that's not good, right? More and more women seem like they're going through that feminism route, and you see more and more just like feeling that what's the word I'm looking for? That regret. It's like feminism made me, the person who I've wanted, as opposed to, looking for that person who, they can reflect. They become that man that they've wanted, and meanwhile they're looking for that man, and they become upset. It's like, oh, there's no, nice men out there, blah blah blah. It's like, well, how are you looking, right? What did you do? Were you, constantly looking in the wrong places? Because it's like, when women are younger, in their 20s, they have a big list of how they want their man to be, right? And then when they're in their 40s, they're just like, I just want someone who's nice to me. It's like, well, I guarantee you there's hundreds of guys who are nice to you when you're in your 20s, but you said no to them, right? And it's not to the fault of their own. Women are just designed to look, alpha seed, right? They want that alpha seed, right? So I get it. But I think feminism has had that impact on them, and it's just this constant, having this internal fight. Oh, they want to do this, but they feel like, oh, I should have done that because society's telling me to. It's like, how about you just go with your gut instinct, right? I just, I have a daughter of my own, and I just want her to become, like a strong woman, but I don't want her to be, a dominant woman, not even submissive, but it's just more just like, okay, just understand we all have this yin and yang role to play with, right? Like a lot of women want this traditional male, but they don't want to be a traditional female. I mean, like, what are we doing here, right? So I gotta raise her to just be smart, don't be so naive, but have an understanding of how the world is, right? I hope with this breath work, try to catch more and more people when they're young, late teens, early 20s, right? Just in that range where self-reflection. Do I need to impress society? Do I need to impress my friends? How about I just impress myself and become better, and then let the world happen as it may? We'll see. I mean, I don't think that would have this global impact, but I hope down the road, more and more people will see my videos and have an understanding. It's like, maybe I need to do this, maybe I need to do a breathwork session, and see. And if they go through with it and nothing happens, okay, at least you tried, right? Try something else. That's the way I'm kind of hoping this goes. I'm not going to go chase people. Like, there's a few people who come to me, it's like, I want to do a breathwork session. Okay, pick a day, pick a day, time, and place, right? And I'm still waiting for that message. I'm not going to chase you. You want it? You want the help? Come get it. If you don't want the help, that's fine. I hope you find the help you want, right? Or if you feel you're fine, great. That's the way I see it. But yeah, that's I'm gonna leave it at that. I just hope everything works out for those who I try to help, and I hope Beyond the Blue gets this ball rolling, and we have more and more sessions and kind of go from there. It was really good. A lot of people, you can see in their faces, they're just like, what the fuck just happened? So it was good. I hope we get more and more, and go from there. Hopefully we'll do, it was recorded, so hopefully I'll get some snippets or something like that and put it on here and go from there. So yeah, until the next time, I'm just on my way to work, so till the next one, to the next thought process I have, etc. keep smiling, people. Like, keep pushing through. Life is so precious. Oh yeah, before I close off, it's an interesting mindset or thought process I heard of. I think it was the scientist. I can't remember his name. Tyson. It'll come to me. Anyways, he basically said, imagine the amount of, I think every time men ejaculate, there's like 1 million sperm cells that leave, and only one makes it through. Obviously there's twins, triplets, etc., but one makes it through sometimes. Imagine the amount of times, like, it's not just one try. Sometimes, couples have to go try again. So imagine the millions of sperm cells that don't make it through, and then that one that does. Now you know how valuable life is, that you are the one that made it through. When I heard that blew my mind, because it's like I'm a twin myself, so it's like, it's me and my twin brother are the millions before us that didn't make it through. It's like, that's how valuable life is, and people need to see that and understand that you only get one. Make it worth it. Fail and learn and get better. Just keep bettering yourself. Like, I'm 39 years old, and I got so much to learn, and it's just so much I want to get involved with. Life is all about experience, and you only get one, and I just want to embrace them all. So, but anyways, I'll leave it with that. Just how valuable life is. So, until the next one, Wolfpack. I'll see you on the next one.